Our next speaker is Steve Magoon. I think most people in this room know him. He's the director of the Watertown Department of Community Development and Planning and our assistant town manager. And Steve is going to be talking to us about the town hall's, I guess, perspective on TMAs and shuttle service in the context of all this growth that we're experiencing. And also, we're very tight on time, so I'm going to be rude to each of the speakers and just sort of tap them whatever when it's about 10 minutes are up. And I guess this is my great opportunity, to be able to ask Steve to stop speaking. Thanks so much.
I didn't realize I was quite that wordy, but I guess maybe I am. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak tonight, and thank you all for coming out. As I've said before, anytime we have an opportunity to speak with the community and talk about things in a more general sense as opposed to on a project-by-project sense, I think it's a great opportunity. I'm going to try and help Jonathan out and be brief. I did want to thank Magoon O'Halloran and Jonathan Bakian and Aaron Dushku for pulling this together. I think it's great testament to their work in bringing the community together to talk about an important topic like this. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about TMAs as it relates to Watertown. I'm going to start by painting a little bit of a picture in terms of my view of this. If you think back as we're emerging from the recession, although I think Watertown always had some interest and some investment in it, there was certainly a downturn with the recession. As we came out of that and as projects began to occur, we also locally had gone through a comprehensive planning process in the Pleasant Street corridor and developed the Pleasant Street Corridor District, new vision for that corridor. We went through an economic development plan which talked about several undeveloped and underdeveloped portions of the town where we were looking to attract projects. And we also think back to the governor talking about the need to bring 10,000 units, dwelling units to this metropolitan region, and really the need to develop more housing as a Boston metropolitan region. All those things were kind of leading to some of what's happened, which the good news is we've had a lot of investment in town, we've had a lot of projects come to town. Of course, in some sense, that's the bad news as well, in that the transportation services that need to support that, particularly from the state, haven't exactly kept pace. As already been mentioned tonight, I think the T has many issues. We all became pretty painfully aware of that this winter. But I think even more so, if from my perspective, if you look at it from the perspective of how dependent we are on the bus service of the T, and as we reached out to the T to talk about some of these issues. And if someone from the T's here tonight, I apologize, but as we talked to them about our already overcapacity bus service and our efforts to bring economic development to the community, where are the opportunities to expand service, that bus service to meet that demand, to support that economic development. And I think you all know that we're pretty disappointed with the response to the T. It's just not there. But I think even more importantly, they said all our buses are on the street. We don't have more buses to add. Well, okay, how about if we get some resources and we get more buses? Well, that represents a pretty significant cost in terms of operators. Well, how about if we get those issues taken care of? Well, we really don't have a place to store them or to service them. Well, what's your plan for a storage and service facility? Well, we're kind of working on that. And we all know that if we all decided today that we're all sitting in a perfect spot for a bus service and storage facility, it's going to be a few years before that's going to be constructed. And obviously, we don't all think this is a perfect spot for a bus service facility. But my point being, those plans need to get in the works. They need to be able to start looking at getting these resources and bringing them to bear and to take any opportunity they can to expand the service and meet the needs that we're all talking about from an economic development perspective. So, with all that as the background, from Watertown's perspective, we saw a need to try and help address this locally, at least to do what we can in the local perspective while we continue to push and work with the T and the state to expand their service. So, as we attracted development, we obviously see that as an opportunity. And we need to take advantage of that opportunity, and at least from the town's perspective, you know, we've put our big significant portion of that emphasis in the TMA and providing shuttle service at the local level to supplement the state transit service. As you already heard, and I'm sure you'll hear more about tonight, there are certainly plenty of examples of where that has happened and has worked well. So we've looked at two major corridors. The first one, which is up on the screen now, is the Pleasant Street corridor. As we began to formulate the idea of really the need to implement a TMA, we discussed that with a lot of the projects in the corridor, and certainly got a positive feedback, got some buy-in to that concept. The only project where we specifically made it a condition of their approval was phase 2 of Repton, or Repton Muse, where they specifically have a condition in their approval that says that they must participate in the formation of a TMA that will have shuttle service, and a TMA that they will help fund to their proportionate share. The second one, and the second one that we talked about is the Arsenal Street corridor. Obviously, another place where we've had some pretty significant investment, a number of projects going on, and so again, similarly, a number of projects, and I'll just go from west to east. The Yalan project, which is a significant residential mixed-use project. They've committed to putting that as a condition there before the board's now for approval. The next one is Hanover Crescent project, again a significant residential mixed-use commercial project, which is currently under construction. They've committed, made that same commitment. The Athena campus, which is obviously exciting opportunity to evolve that campus for that corporation over the next 10 years. While they don't have any conditions in terms of approvals, they've made a very clear commitment to participating as well, and they already run a shuttle service. 480 Arsenal, which is redevelopment of an existing commercial site with 185,000 square foot high-end office space. That is before the boards now, and again has a condition that would have them participate. The Marriott Inn at the corner of Elm and Arsenal Street, a 150-room hotel, which is under construction. They've committed to participating. And then finally, the Arsenal project, again, a project that hasn't come before the town and hasn't been permitted, but certainly one that we've had conversations with in terms of participating. So, a lot of projects that have come online that we have lined up to participate. A couple of things moving forward. Our vision for the TMA service would have a service that would run from the Waltham Center through the Pleasant Street corridor to Watertown Square. Probably a second service that would run from Watertown Square through the Arsenal corridor, probably to Central Square in Cambridge, and perhaps also connect up with the new commuter rail stop at the New Balance project. So 2 corridors where we would envision providing service. I think it's important that we have a critical mass of projects, and I think we're getting to that point now. And through the wisdom of the council and the manager, we've gotten some consultant dollars available to us to help us take the steps to formulate that TMA, make it work, and put it in place, and answer a lot of the questions that we're going to talk about tonight. And I will stop there.